It doesn't matter what you're doing at this very moment. All I want you to do is ask yourself, is the world that you're observing, does it represent the highest version of yourself? And what I mean by that is, the goals that you write on paper, the notes that you put in your journal, the to-do list that you put on your calendar, right? The thoughts that you have in your mind, the things that you meditate on. Are you seeing a representation of those things in your third dimensional world? Because if you're not, you have to ask yourself why. Because when we talk about abundance, when we talk about, constant energy and all that stuff, we're talking about a frequency of perfection. We're talking about a frequency of perfection. And I know people talk about, there's no such thing as perfect. This is the only thing that's perfect. When I'm talking about, abundance, when Wallace was talking about that thinking stuff, he's talking about a frequency of perfection. I mean, think about what constant energy is. There's nothing perfect except constant energy. And when we're talking about the all, we're talking about constant energy. We're talking about the frequency of one. We're talking about no vibration. There is no swinging of the pendulum. It's just constant energy. That's perfection, brothers. And that's what we have the ability to tap into. And the thing is, you can look at the world around us and you can see how everything else that exists is tapping into that frequency of perfection except us. Look at nature, man. And I'm saying look at nature like I'm just now understanding our human connection with nature. I've always loved hiking, man, and getting out in it. But now I'm out in it and I'm looking at it like what is this I'm looking at? You know what I'm saying? What's actually taking place? You have to understand, man, that things are vibrating in the state of perfection. Things are plugged in. Look at the trees, man. Look how they put out, the right amount of oxygen and how what do the trees do, the photos, whatever that stuff is, right? Everything is in order. Everything is riding the wave of law. Even animals, man, animals are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. We look at animals like I was doing this. This is a while back, man. Back when I was doing a lot more hiking. You get out there, man, and mosquitoes are biting you, ants are biting you, man. You got to look around for snakes and, just all kind of wildlife. And one day I was just like, man, what would life be like with no animals? And I was like, man, it would be peaceful just to walk outside and just be. But after I soaked in it, man, I said, you know what, man, that would be depressing. Because what we have in this world, man, we can look at every single thing, wildlife, plants, everything, and say, you know what? All these things are plugged into perfection. All these things are operating by law. All these things are plugged into that what they are. They're just being. All these things are plugged in except us as humans. We're the only ones for the majority aren't plugged into our I am, man. And you have to ask yourself at some point, why? Why am I not plugged into it? If there's a state of perfection available that I can plug into, why am I not plugging into it, man? A lot of us say, a lot of people just say is due to, I say it's just due to non-belief. Call it what it is. You simply don't believe that power is what it is. That's why you procrastinate. Because everybody, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. The majority of people know exactly what they need to do to get to from A to Z. If you ask somebody, how do I go and be, if I want to get my CDL and get my LLC and start my own trucking company, I know exactly what I need to do it. If I want to start investing in stocks, I know exactly what I need to start doing that thing. If I want to, anything you name, everybody knows the process, but rarely people are able to step into it. What they're saying is, if I step into this wave, is it going to do what it says it does? Is it really? Like I say it all the time, man, we go to church for 100,000 years. It's like, at what point in time are we going to set the Bibles and the Qurans down and start walking on water with it, brothers? At what point? And it's people simply saying, we don't believe that it is what it is. I was reading The Resurrection this morning, man. Y'all know Neville is my go-to, man. I just like the way that brother translates his thoughts The way he takes spiritual information, receives it, and translates it. I just like the way he does it, right? Neville said this in the chapter Law and Its Operation. He says, the subconscious never fails to express that which has been impressed upon it. The moment it receives an impression, it begins to work out the ways of its expression. It accepts the feeling impressed upon it, your feeling, as a fact existing within itself, and immediately sets about to produce in the outer or objective world the exact likeness of that feeling. Brother, what that says is, as soon as you make the decision to step in that I am, like there's no grace period. You know, there's no, hey, you got to sit in this thing for 90 days. We're going to see if you about that life. It's like the moment you put both feet on that frequency, it says we're already starting to work things out for you. The process is already beginning. The things already are. I'm telling you, brother, constant energy, man, is perfection. And we have access to it, brothers. We have access to it. The only thing is, I'm telling you, man, procrastination kills the majority of people. I'm telling you, man, you will find excuses from today to the day you die on why you shouldn't do it. Oh, you know, I want to start a channel. I don't have the right lighting. Oh, I don't have the right certification. I don't have the right, whatever. I don't have the right grade of clothes to go work for this company. I don't have the whatever, man. You'll find excuses until you die, man. I'm going to tell you, the only way to mitigate this, man, is to step in it immediately. Like I said, it says the forces start working immediately. So why don't you start working immediately? Most people will say this, man, and I don't know where you are listening to this. You know, you may be driving, you may be at work, you might be folding clothes, you might be doing whatever. But the thing is, it's in the now. Meaning now is the only thing that matters, man. And it says that the moment you step into it, this power is going to kick in for you, brothers. The moment you step into it. I'm going to tell you, brothers. So what does that mean? It means don't wait to go home tonight and, because this is what you're saying. You say, I'm going to go home tonight, man. I'm going to make a list of what I want, who I am, and what energy I'm going to walk into. I'm going to meditate on that thing tonight. And tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to be this new person. I know that's what you're saying. I know exactly that's what you're saying because that's what I said forever, man. It's like, no, it's immediately. It ain't no, hey, you know what? I'm going to eat one more cheat meal tonight before I get focused. Or you know what? I'm going to go out and sleep with a few women before I get focused and walk in a certain light. You know, it's now. It's at high noon. It's in the middle of the day, man. Which means if you're at work right now, which means if you're in your car right now, watching this video on your lunch break, what that means is when you go back into the office building, you should be a different person. The old you should have died at lunch. When you walk back in, people should be like, man, John look a little different. He walking different. His chest is out. He's somebody else. They should damn near think that you were abducted by aliens when you went on lunch. I don't care what you're doing. Right now, start walking in I am, man. If you're a housewife and you're at home and you're folding clothes and you're just chilling, and you're saying, you know what? If I wanted to walk in the highest version of myself, I would be doing X, Y, and Z. Make it to the point when your husband comes home, he's looking around like, dang it, like surely you had some people come over here and help you. You got the house like this, you got this meal. Because that's going to make him want to walk heavier in his I am and that whole reciprocation thing. What I'm saying is whatever you're doing right now, it has to take place now. It's instant, man. Plugging into that frequency is like plugging into a light socket. It's instantly. It's a switch. There's no progression. I say this all the time, man. When you're talking about constant energy, there's no riding. There's no veering onto the interstate. It's like now. It's that I am energy, brothers. So brothers, make that decision today, man. Like, why wait?